Hello, everybody. Welcome. Come to this live stream of mine called the top 5 good and bad episodes from My Little Pony season 6. So far, I was planning to make a video of some of my favorite and my least favorite episode is from it, but I feel like it will probably take too long for me to actually create this like literally create the video of it. So in this case, I just sort of designed this tile card here just by using Miles. You see here that one of my friends just created, and so far just created like the top 5 good and bad episodes from My Little Pony season six, and had to find like a really good picture of like the whole season 6 thing. But anyways, hopefully the only thing I just wanted to do right now is just hopefully get the thing going. So hopefully now that that's done, it's done. Let's try to get things rolling. When here and there, to the okay. Hopefully you guys. Is the only thing I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna try to tell the good and the bad episodes from the My Little Pony show. Okay, so just keep in mind right now. Now these are just literally like this is absolutely like some of my favorite and possibly some of my not favorite episodes here and there. So let's get the whole thing started, okay? Anyways, these okie dokie then. Now, hopefully, I'm gonna start with number 5, bad. So my number 5 bad episode from the season 6 is just On Your Marks. Yeah, apparently I wasn't absolutely too keen about this particularly episode because let's face it, I don't think it was probably possibly one of the best episodes. So it's by far there. So let's just say that On Your Mark, it's probably like my number 5 like bad episode. It's 4 season in 6 next year. Now hopefully let's just go on with the number 5 good. Which is of course which in this case is the number 5 good is the gift of mud pie. I gotta say it was a pretty much a hilarious episode. So I can sure tell you that the gift of mud pie was absolutely one of my other favorite episodes. So far, but so far with Pinkie Pie Rare, maybe going to Manhattan, then visiting Mud Pie for a bit, and let's just say it was a little bit of quite entertaining, but however, for The very interesting about this episode itself is the title to this episode, which is basically a reference to basically a short story read by the old Henry's of the gift of the Magi. Who knew? Yeah, like so far, I didn't know that the episode itself was actually based off of a short story book on the gift of Magi. Here, so that's kind of interesting. Okay, moving right along to number 4. On the bad part is Newbie Dash. Oh boy, where do I begin with this? Seriously, where do I absolutely begin with this one? Oh, son of a gun. Holy mackerel. This episode of Newbie Dash was absolutely the most bad episodes that I've seen, and frankly, it's definitely not one of the good episodes that I've seen so far. For my only problem with the episode is that when Rainbow Dash's friends just tried to help her out, and then all of a sudden, then she started doing some ridiculous impressions of all of her friends. And not to mention, the two things that Rainbow Dash is literally just said when she did the impression of Twilight Sparkle and Fluttershy part. Which in this case, I am like, you gotta be kidding me. Like so far, the first part when he did the Twilight impression, it was like the whole rainbow. Like so far, I was like, rainbow. Are you kidding me? And then lastly, with the whole Fluttershy thing, let's just say that she literally just said Care Bear, which I started to think of like Care Bear, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. That is just ridiculous. I cannot believe it. Ring, boom, ring, rainbow, Care Bear. What the heck? This absolutely makes no sense whatsoever. The whole thing doesn't make any sense to me. Not one bit. Okay, moving right along to number 4, good. Good golly, Miss Molly. I swear, the number 4 bad of Newbie Dash was absolutely the most ridiculous episode ever. Plus, it wasn't a very good episode to it. Just in my opinion, okay? Anyways, on to number 4 here for the good is a heartwarming tale. So far, I really like this episode. So except for one thing is that I think my only problem with that particular episode of a heartwarming tale is that it's a Christmas episode, for crying out loud. Well, and they had to and they literally have a Christmas episode on May 14th, 2016. I mean, seriously, what the blinking heck? We're not even close to Christmas yet. Yeah, and so far now they start to have Christmas in the summertime. That's ridiculous right there. So number 4, a heartwarming tale. It's a very good episode, but I like it better. If they moved the episode to like a Christmas time and not during the summer thing. Oy. Okay, let's just move on to number 3, the bad, which is Pony's point of view. Oh boy, I'll tell you what. I'm just like in the same boat with. I'm just in the same boat with Spike here, because unfortunately the problem with this episode itself was that the whole point of the pony's point of view between Rarity, Applejack, and Pinkie Pie was that they have so many different stories to it, and so for my only problem to that was like, it's like, how in the world did they made it back after that terrible accident? And sure enough, if Rarity, they thought that the 3 of them were out in the middle of the ocean, but in this case, they were not in the middle of the ocean. They were a little bit close to the docks. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So that whole middle of the ocean thing was just a lie? You couldn't... Seriously. Though, let's face it, the moral to this is, and I hope that you guys can probably figure that part out, was that the moral to this episode, the whole pony point of view, was that I literally have nothing to say about that, but let's face it, I think that this particularly bad episode was a little bit confusing, but let's face it, the 3 of them need to understand then that Pinkie Pie was just bringing a piano full of stuff. It's just to have fun with Applejack and Rarity. Rarity just want to have some cucumber sandwiches on their trip. That's all. And Applejack just wanted to get these 2 to just. I'm just gonna move on, and let's go on to like number 3 of the good part, and the very good episode on the good side is the Gauntlet of Fire, which in this case is this episode itself kind of reminds me of one of the Harry Potter movies of the Goblet of Fire. Here, you know. So, yeah, that was basically what my thought is. Was in this case, that's why I usually start to think that this episode itself, like the whole Goblet of Fire, kind of reminds me of like the Harry Potter movie of the Goblet of Fire. Yeah, and it was totally catchy to it, and so far, this is a pretty good episode. So I wouldn't call it like the worst of the season 6 this part, but I know it's definitely not my number 1 favorite, but this is like my 3rd favorite episode by far. And so for this definitely show Spike the encouraged that anything is possible for what he totally believes in. And not to mention, I feel like Spike. He's got a new crush on Princess Amber for a bit, Oh boy, hey, who doesn't want to? I would like to see Spike. I would like to see Spike and Amber just like go on a date. Hey, hey, right about. I mean, let's face it, they're both dragons for crying out loud. I mean, who doesn't want to see Spike go on a date with Princess Amber? You know? I mean, let's face it, after the whole hug thing, she blushed. And the these Twilight and Rare, they are like giggling. Wait, you totally saw that. But let's face it, the one thing that I really don't like about this episode a lot is Garble. Oh my gosh, I feel like I really wanted to punch that dragon right in the face. I mean, let's face it, y'all seen what happened? You remember Garble when he did something totally bad with Spike in the last few seasons back? Then when they started to pick on him, and not to mention try to steal a egg from a phoenix next part. And I'm like, dude, that's so messed up. You can't do that to Spike. And let's face it, I was totally rooting for Spike here and there, so yeah. Anyways, let's move on to number 2 of the bad, Flutter Brother. Oh boy. Let's just say that Flutter Brother there is probably like my second least favorite episode because let's face it, even though we get to see Fluttershy's parents, which in this case that's pretty good. Yeah, because I was wondering about what Fluttershy's parents actually look like, but then we're also a little bit curious to see what Fluttershy's brother kind of looks like, and sure enough, apparently when Fluttershy's brother came busting down the door, that's what he totally looks like, and not to mention he started to sound like a teenage college idiot. Now, I'm not trying to be mean or anything on Fluttershy's family members here, but her brother is just absolutely annoying. Like, no doubt about that, Fluttershy's brother was absolutely annoying. And so far, I cannot tell you, how annoying this character is. Is plus Fluttershy's brother's name is Zephyr Breeze. And oh boy, I can sure tell you this. I literally just don't like Zephyr Breeze so much. Let's face it. I'm sorry, you guys, but let's face it. Zephyr Breeze is just, oh boy. And he wants to become a hairstylist. Listen, but so far he gives up on trying to be a terrific hairstylist. But so far at the end, and so far I can tell you this is that Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash tried to like cheer him up with a song, and the song was pretty good. Yeah, but let's face it, Flower Brother is just my second least favorite episode because of Fluttershy's brother just being absolutely annoying, in my honest opinion. Okay. Now we'll go on to number 2 for the good part, and that is the time they are a changeling. Wow! I'll tell you what, this episode from season 6 6 was pretty much a very good episode. Plus, we even get to see an actual change sling for once. It's named 4X, which I believe that that is like a pretty much a very good name for a changeling. But let's face it, I have never actually seen this particular changeling, Thorax, who is absolutely so nice of saving Spike twice. He's already. But I can definitely say this. The time is times they are a changeling was probably like my second favorite episode by far. And so far, Spike really tries to like help Forax out. But unfortunately, this episode itself was absolutely very touching because for because Thorax was a little bit worried and a little bit anxious because he was just a little bit scared about love. Like there was so much love going on is that he can't even control it. And so far, I don't blame him. But so far, I can definitely just say this. When Spike show his true colors and try to show every pony over at the Crystal Empire with Thorax with a little bit of song White he can a change sling can change song that Spike sang, and so or it was somewhat a pretty good song. So not a very good song, not a very bad song, but it's somewhere in the middle. Though, and I can totally see that all he wants to do that the Spike's message song was to let everybody know that this changeling has changed, and all he wants to do right now was to meet every pony and just try to become friends. That's all he wanted to do. That sort of stuff. All right. Now, before I get to like the number one bad and the good for the season 6, that's a My Little Pony. Right now, I'm gonna try to do some honorable mentions here that didn't quite make it to the list, and I'm also sorry for the other part in the introduction because so far I also forgot to mention that if most of you ponies have not seen any of these episodes right now, please watch it right now. Not before watching this video of me of doing my top 5 good and bad episodes from the season 6 of My Little Pony. Okay? But so far, let me get right down to the honorable mentions. Okay, before I do the very last, is both of number 1 good and bad episodes from season 6. So here's my honorable mention list is here that I'm definitely gonna read it off to you to see. And so far, the only thing I have right now is just 5 new honorable mentions here. So here we go. Number 1 being honorable mention is Top Bolt. Number 2 is the Dungeons in Discord. 3, which is of course is Stranger Than Fan Fiction. Number 4 is To Where Her and Back Again. Both have 2-parter here. And finally, the last part of the honorable mention is the falsehood and our cutie marks. Okie dokie then. Now that's taken care of for the honorable mentions. Since now, hopefully, I'll go right into the number one bad episode. So, which is 28 pranks later. I know that this episode was meant to be funny and trying to give us a very good lesson here, but I'm sorry, but 28 pranks later, I know it's supposed to teach Rainbow Dash a very important lesson that not all pranks can be funny, but let's face shit. She was absolutely just. She literally pranked every single pony in Ponytown with all these different pranks. And so far, there were some that were quite funny, and some of them were just like, dude, that's just mean. You shouldn't be doing that. With the whole replacing the wig for Cranky Doodle Donkey with a skunk, which in this case, that absolutely stinks. No pun intended. Secondly, pulling a brick inside of a hay sandwich for Mr. Cake to be eaten. He almost gonna break a tooth off. And the other good pranks were the cake throwing machine. Now that was pretty clever, but I have to give her that. But the rest of the pranks, let's just say it was just getting a little bit too far. I'm sorry, but I have to be honest. This Rainbow Dash was absolutely going way too far with those pranks. Thanks for a bit that most of our opponents don't want to be pranked on. I'm sorry, but I have to be honest. I mean, it's fun to like prank others, but let's face it. Even in the opening, Fluttershy was just not ready for a good prank from Rainbow Dash's part, and so for that literally scared her jeepers off for her, and I don't blame her. I mean, let's face it. I think the moral of the story is that I feel like even though pranks can be fun and all, but not every punk wants to like let it be prank. It could definitely hurt somebody's feelings, links, and stuff like that. And I believe that's what the moral to the story is, but it could have gotten a little bit better. And I just wish that Rainbow Dash would stop trying to like prank every single other ponies in Ponytown. Okay, so that's just my opinion on 28 pranks later. Okay, now for the very last one. The very last one. So, here we go with the number one good episode for season 6. It's none other than the Saddle Roll Review. Holy mackerel, Andy. Where do I begin with this episode? I have no idea, but let's face it. This is by far one of the most hilarious episode is just in season 6 so far. And I can definitely say this right off the bat. This episode itself was absolutely amazing. There were some great cameos, into this episode. So, we got some terrific humor coming out of Rare with all. No spoilers! And we get some wacky faces going on with Rare. They almost about to lose her own mind. Coming in Manhattan. But at the end And though I can definitely say that this, even Murphy's friend just tried to help her out when things get a little bit out of hand here. And so far, I literally just don't disagree with them, but I can definitely say this right off the bat. This episode was absolutely a very special episode because so far, without these friends to help her out, making it another rarity shop in Manhattan, then it could have gone straight down the hill there. But at the end, with good friends to be with you and by your side, comes great responsibilities going on. So, I can definitely say this episode itself of the set role review is definitely like my number one favorite all the other episode in season 6 here. So now I hope you enjoy my top 5 good and bad episodes from the show of My Little Pony season 6. So far, do you guys have any other questions about my top 5 good and bad episode from My Little Pony season 6? Just let me know in the comment section down below. Feel free to ask me any questions of what you think of the whole top 5 good and bad episodes from the season since 6. And so far, I am literally and totally super excited about the new season 7 coming out in the month of April. So I can't wait to see what season 7 has in store for us. Will season 7 possibly be a very good episode? Will season 7 be like a much better season than season 6? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see what season 7 has in store for us. Who knows? Maybe season 7 could lead us up to a brand new My Little Pony movie that might come out in October in this particular year of 2017. Who knows? So many possibilities going on. But we'll just have to wait and see what season 7 of MLP has in store for us. Anyways, I figured that should be about it. So, sorry if I didn't tackle like any other episodes, and I'm sorry if I can't be more like deep down description here and there, but I hope you enjoyed the top 5 good and bad episodes from MLP season 6. I am, of course, Daniel Timmons, saying follow your dreams. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye.